There are many ways you can apply a vignette here inside of Photoshop. I'd like to show you a very cool way that involves the camera raw filter. So I have opened a JPEG image just here. You can see the layers panel just here. I have a simple background layer just here. So filter, in just a few moments we are going to apply the camera raw filter. But first things first, we're going to choose this option just here, convert for smart filters. Now what this does is it takes our layer content just over here and it puts it inside of a smart object. Now this is not the time to take a deep dive into smart objects. I do have a whole nother video on that if you'd like to check that out. Super long story short, it's taken our layer content, it's put it inside of an embedded file. And so now we can apply things like filters to this layer content, knowing that we can't actually harm those pixels. Fantastic. So that little icon just there tells us that we have a smart object. So with that in place, let's now press on. Filter, camera raw filter. Now, I admit this opens up a potentially terrifying dialog box. There are many sections just in here, and we are happily going to ignore all of them. We're going to come down to this effects section just here. By default, it'll be closed up. Click on it once to open it up like so. Now, all of the options appear to be grayed out. There's a vignetting slider just here. If I adjust that even slightly, the rest of the options spring to life. Now, the way I like to work is to drag the vignetting slider all the way to the left, make the edges as dark as possible, adjust these other options, and then come back and adjust the vignetting slider to suit. I might also take the feather option just here, which is basically how fuzzy the vignette is, and I'll drag this all the way to the left, just so we can really see what's going on with these other options. So the midpoint, you can see it basically expands and contracts the vignette, and the roundness slider just here, it's basically controlling how round or how square the vignette is. So again, you basically dial in these sliders to suit, and then come back to the vignetting option. Now, if you want to reset the slider, simply double click on it. And I'm actually going to double click on all of them to reset them all because I actually really like the defaults in this case. So I might ease off the vignetting slider just a bit just here. Now we come down and choose OK. There's our vignette applied to our image. And now check out our layers panel. So here is our smart object, camera raw filter. The eyeball icon, we can turn that off and we can turn that on. If we really didn't like this, we can always just throw it away. In this case, I'll press undo to bring it back. And guys, if we wish to re-edit the camera raw filter, all we have to do is double click on it. This brings us back into the camera raw dialog box. And then we just come down and make any changes we like. Actually, I'll show you another cool kind of effect you can achieve using these vignetting options. Again, let's darken this up as much as possible. We'll bring the feather right down. I'm going to make this nice and square. Let's adjust the midpoint, tweak the roundness a bit just there. Maybe feather that slightly. And you know what? Let's keep that vignette all the way to the left. So check it out. I've sort of created that old school slide kind of look just there. So if I choose OK, there's our updated vignette, which I can change at any future stage. Of course, guys, we would save this off as a Photoshop file. So when we reopen it, we can easily edit that vignette just there. Fantastic. Now, for many of you, we're pretty much done. But what I would like to do is step you through what's involved in applying a vignette to an image which we are going to crop in just a second. So I appreciate this is a bit of a deeper dive, but I also appreciate there's a few more advanced users amongst you as well. So let's press C to bring up the crop tool. And I'm going to closely recreate that crop that I had a few moments ago. Okay, now before I apply this crop, I'm going to pay very close attention to this option just up here, delete cropped pixels. Now, if this is on, when I commit that crop, all of these pixels on the outside will be thrown away, which is what I don't want because I like to work as non-destructively as possible. For example, I'll always mask wherever I can avoid deleting something. So I'm going to turn this off. The delete crop pixels is off, and now I'll hit the tick mark just here to commit the crop. Now, it looks like we've cropped the image, yes. If I go and grab the move tool though, check it out. I can move this layer content around because none of that pixel information was thrown away. Fantastic. I'm going to show you a problem just now, and then in about a minute's time, I'll show you how we can fix this. So we've got our layer here, filter, convert for smart filters, filter, camera raw filter. Come down to the effects section, apply a vignette, and you can already see the problem. It's applying it to all of the pixels. In other words, all of the layer content as opposed to the crop that we had just made. So if I choose OK just here, visually it looks the same within the layers panel. And yes, that vignette has been applied, but of course it's being done to the edge of the layer content, not to the crop. So I'm going to undo a few steps just here, basically just before we applied that smart object just there. And the way to get around this is to apply a mask, but before applying the mask, what you want to do is press Command or Control A. That gives us a selection, the size of the canvas, and now, with the layer selected, I'm going to create a mask, which I can do from the bottom of the layers panel just here. Now visually nothing's changed out here, but again with the move tool, check this out. If I move this layer content around just now, it's all still there, but it's been masked behind this mask. Okay, so now that we have applied this mask, let's repeat the process again. The layer selected, filter, convert for smart filters, filter, camera raw filter, come down to the effects section, apply a vignette. I'll just run with the defaults. This is already looking very promising. I'll choose OK, and fantastic, check it out. We've now got a filter over here that we can easily turn off and on, double click to get back in there and edit that. And you can see that crop has been applied. But you might be thinking, well, how does this really help us out? Like, what's the point in keeping all this extra pixel information? Well, again, guys, I appreciate what I'm showing you just now is a little bit more advanced. The way we get inside of a smart object is to actually double click on the thumbnail within the layers panel. So I'll do that just now. What we are seeing just now is the contents of the smart object. Now, I don't want to just grab this and move it, because you can see the layer mask is moving with the layer content. Within the layers panel, I'm going to click on the chain link icon between the layer content and the mask. That breaks the link between them, which means, having selected the layer thumbnail just here, I can move this content around without messing with the mask. So let's say I pop her head up into the upper left corner just there. If I go up to File, Save, that will update the smart object. File, Close, that will close the smart object, returning me to my original composition just here. So if I undo that, that's what we had about a moment ago. And then if I redo that, that's the updated content just there, which again, I was able to do by going into the smart object, moving our content around, saving, and then getting out of the smart object. I hope that wasn't too confusing at the end there. But again, I appreciate some of you are working at a more advanced level than others. That's using the camera raw filter here inside of the filter menu inside of Photoshop to create some very cool and very powerful vignettes. I hope that helps you out, guys. Catch you later.